I kind of want to see what the dumb the dumb screen looks like now.
I mean, it's just some wooden boards. I mean, it's not. It's whatever. It's. I'd rather it be. We're not exactly playing in a log cabin. I don't know. This is what you get whenever I... Bender, look at our great background. The wooden slats. Mm-hmm. God. God, why? We're trying something different here. Oh, God. Yay, there he is. Yeah. Uh-oh, time for live cropping. I hope everybody's ready for the best part of every stream.
Hello, everyone.
Skip.
Well, look who it is.
I decided to, lower myself and, show up for once. Hang out with you guys.
You're running low. You're running low. You needed your paycheck for this week.
Raking in the big stream bucks.
Yeah, them Twitch bucks, man. Let me tell you.
I don't even know if I remember how to play.
Alright. If you ever listen to Critical Hit, they forget how to play every week.
Yep.
Did we get a ruling on, do my spells go off of my overall level or on my druid level?
I'm going to say it's based off of your druid level.
Okay. That's what I assumed,
No matter if that's
but
wizards.
Joe was
Yeah.
trying to talk me into the higher levels there.
Now, I will say if you multi-class different spellcasters, I would allow it off of your character level. But you're a barbarian druid.
Right.
So
Yeah, my barbarian really isn't given much towards my druid, my spell casting. But
right.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
I think that's fair.
yeah, it's hard to. I mean, on one hand, your cantrip might do more damage if you went that way, but you're giving up, your double attack or something much more powerful than a cantrip. So
That's true.
at the end of the day, your cantrips probably aren't going to be a difference maker.
hello.
Unless you're a warlock. Hey, house.
Yeah, and
And then your cantrips mean everything.
yeah, and all you're doing is casting Eldritch Blast over and over.
Yeah. Come in, house. Can you hear us? It's me, Margaret.
Oh no.
I'll be right back.
You there, house?
Oh, we're almost... It's almost cropped beautifully. The beautiful crop. Skippy's gone again! God, Skippy, wait! So this is our rustic setting? Man, this is something else. This background.
It's like we
Needs
have
some frickin' work.
a real life tabletop to play on.
There you go. It's our table. I like it. I like it. I'm sold.
Good thing you're easy, Hags.
I am the easiest on the street. You should see me play some of these fucking Mario levels. Oh my god. Oh, but you have to be so nice to them. Whew. Gloves are off for D&D time, boys.
Uh-oh. You gonna go for the party wipe tonight?
No, no. I just meant I was shit talking some of the bad levels I
Oh.
play because a viewer wants me to play them. Ugh. All right, and almost here.
So what all happened last week, other than me falling asleep
Oh,
in
boy.
the hold?
Oh boy, did stuff ever happen last
Sorry,
week?
back was saying goodnight to Colette.
You've been docked 50 experience points. Alright.
Shouldn't I get some from Dorn for sleeping through the battle last night?
Whoa, this is zero-sum game here, boys.
Yeah, I mean, you did.
Dang.
Jyla was with you, so I'm not sure who anyone
Yeah.
knows what really was going on down below deck.
I
nearly
can
died.
broadcast it higher than that. We do. We all heard the sad story of Kijor.
I played
What?
Ona.
What's he say?
I wouldn't blame Ona. She was handing like 2 or 3 of them. Alright. Someone fill in Skippy about what happened.
All right. Well, Jortex was getting questioned. Still, the questions revolved more around, I guess, stuff that mattered. I did have to sneak a little untruth in there when they started asking me about the location of the heart and, you know, where we were and some questions about who was there. I didn't really want to risk the blood magic issues that we might have had, so I was able to use one of my portent rolls to avoid getting caught in the lie, I suppose.
Okay.
And out on the boat, Kijor, you wanna fill him in on that?
Yeah, so I forgot how exactly it started out, but the boat was attacked by a gigantic sea creature of some kind that had tentacles around it, big enough to rock the whole boat back and forth. And also a team of red men, or
Rohos.
Rohos.
We're going with Rohos.
Rohos.
also
Alright.
climbed up on board, and the crew and Captain
Oh, I need to change my channel.
Ona, myself, and what's her name, Jyla, did manage to fight them off. Although
Captain, what's his face was there too.
Tailwind. Captain
Tailwind.
Kijor did nearly lose his life in the process.
And in the process, the Roho dropped Kijor and got below deck and was able to smash the purple crystal.
Yes, that's right.
So it is no more.
Well, it
Well-
is. It's just no longer emanating primal power from it.
And that's seems to be what woke up Dorn.
Yes.
I was really tired.
Seems to be where you goofed. Yeah,
Well, there was
man,
some
you were.
primal magic going to work on you.
Well, let's talk about that,
Okay.
Dorn. I need you. Yeah, let's talk about what you saw the first time. If you remember that you saw this watery
I remember a little bit of that.
spirit. Yeah,
I
okay.
remember
So this is the very end. Yes.
Yeah, I remember I basically had fallen asleep and woke up on deck, I think, and I fell into the water, or somehow got into the water, and I was I was drowning or something, and I was getting pulled in. No matter how hard I swam, I kept getting pulled down to the bottom, and there was some. I think there was a light I was getting pulled to, and I don't remember what happened after that.
Well, you saw a lot of water spirits being harassed and harried and chased, and just not having a good time overall. You saw a lot of steam and shifting of the sea floor, and you saw just like sea creatures were being distressed and they were panicking, and finally you noticed that Kedor was there and he was sharing the dream with you. Did you mention that? I just blanked out. If you didn't.
I hadn't mentioned it, but that's right. I remember that now.
Yeah. Kedor was sharing the dream with you, and at the very end of it, you saw this spirit that looked like she was completely part of the sea, but you could also make out a beautiful figure within it, a beautiful form. And she called out, and she said, "Oh, bear!" And she looked at you and help. And then you woke up. Except we're going to retcon a little bit because you didn't wake up. Just a little bit. So Kedor had another separate, just a short, separate little dream of his own. And he woke up, and that's when all this stuff happened on the ship. But you keep on dreaming. It shifts, and you're taken up into the sky. You're looking at this form, and you see Kedor, and Kedor pops. He's not in the water anymore, and you're just shot straight up into the sky. And it's more of the same. You see these air spirits just tormented and chased around, and you see if clouds were personified, and if they had feelings, they look like they're being harassed as well. And up within it, you see these storms, and birds are just they're panicking, and you see a Pegasus. I don't know if Dorn has ever seen a Pegasus before. Would you
I
have
wouldn't.
known
I
that
wouldn't
is a
have
flying
probably
horse?
seen that.
You see a flying horse, and you're thinking, "Oh, this is crazy. What's going on?" And and it looks like it's being terrorized as well. And the clouds part a little bit, and out walks an air spirit in the form of a beautiful human male, and he is the Tempest. The wind is swirling around him, and you can see, just like the water spirit, this air spirit is larger than just a human, and he looks like a giant almost, or a half giant. Definitely larger than you. He carries with him. He can make out a staff, and you see just from head to toe, just swirling wind, and you can make out this form of like what would be a very handsome male human. And he says, "As below, so above. We need your help." And then you're ripped again, and this time, all you feel is darkness, but you start to feel this heat, and it's just terrible, terrible heat, and it's dark all around you, and you start to see the earth, the plates, like earth tectonic plates moving, and magma and fire crashing around them, and you see within it this. You're kind of far back from this scene, and you see two more spirits. This time, one earthen and one fire, and they seem to be conspiring. They're not in any panic or torment. They're not in any demonized state. But you see beyond them hordes of imps and demons and devils, and the Rohos. You recognize the red men, those red orc creatures. You see hordes of them, and they seem to be conspiring. And then they turn and they start shouting, and this crowd, this host of demons and devils, they start cheering, and then they you just hear it's like a big Trump rally. I'm sorry. It's they're just being whipped into a fervor.
They're going to make Felorn great again?
Yeah, they're gonna make Felorn great again. Exactly. Exactly. And so you see these things transpire, and you don't have a sense of time. But at some point, you're whipped between these scenes, between water, between air, and between this joining of earth and fire with this crazy host of cheering demons and devils, and you're finally you just wake up, and there, standing over you, are Kijor and Jyla Domir. If you remember, she is the mage that is accompanying you, and they seem to be in a bit of a panic.
All right.
Mm-hmm. You have anything to say, Kijor?
No, we don't know what's going on with him, right? He's just like...
Right, no, you don't know. You just know that he was sleeping.
Did I fall asleep?
So was he sleeping like calmly, or was he like thrashing around or anything? Like he's living it, or...
This is... When I say sleeping, I shouldn't say sleeping. He was more in like a trance, and like he was just... If he was breathing, it was really hard to tell. He was, almost motionless, just laying there, seemed to be entranced by something, and then after the Roho smashed the primal crystal, you just see him just all like kind of start awake.
Okay, so I'm kind of gonna give him a shake and see if I can get him fully conscious again and snap out of it.
Yeah, I kind of shake my head and like get my bearings and try to figure out what just happened and kind of try to put it together in my head. I'll stand up and kind of just look around.
You see below deck, Jyla is sitting there. She's just looking at you very measuredly. She just kind of sizing you up.
And
oh,
go ahead.
No, just oh.
I had the weirdest dream or vision thing. And
a dream. You too.
And then I'll go ahead and tell them, about the water and the air and the earth and fire spirits conspiring.
Mm. Yes, this is just like I was telling you, Kijor, Ranger. You have to believe me now. These are the elemental, the royalty, the elemental royalty. They're something has happened, and it's all out of balance. The water and the air are being victimized by, it seems to be, the earth and the fire. This is... You said you've had a vision quest before. Kijor told me that you experienced some bear spirit. Is that correct?
Yes, I actually have a bear spirit inside me.
Well, that is fascinating. But it confirms... I've been hypothesizing that you are glimpsing some form of reality within these primal dreams of yours. You have druidic magic within you. I can feel it.
Yes, I'm just learning about it myself.
This is definitely something for the Druidic Circle. We will have to address this before the conclave as well. This is all. Oh, I need to start writing. And she just kind of tosses her hands up and she goes and starts looking for a scrap of paper and a pen, and she starts scribbling.
Just like a true wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look up and down Kijor, and I see that he's probably a little worse for wear. I'm like, what happened here?
The boat was attacked. A giant sea monster. The Red Men.
Like, how,
Rohos! They're Rohos!
The
Rohos.
Damn it. We're only thinly veiled racism now.
has he healed up, or do I, need to heal him? Like, how close to dying is he?
If you recall, Kijor, you crit failed your Constitution check. You're just hanging on.
All right. Let me look at what.
This is like immediately after, right?
Yeah, this is pretty much immediately after
Right.
this.
So Kijor's more like.
Trying to see which would give him.
You have good.
Yeah,
barrier.
I was trying to see which was better, Good Berry or Cure Wounds. It looks like Good Berry it's basically guaranteed 10. So
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and do Good Berry on him.
Is that a ritual? I'm not really
No,
sure.
it's an instant.
It's an
Instant.
yeah.
Okay.
one.
So I make I create the 10 Good Berries, and then I just give them to him as like, here, eat these. What does that get his hit point?
You're pretty much at 11.
Okay. Oh, he's at.
You're pretty much at 11. Yeah.
How many? Man, I don't even remember how many spell slots I have.
Are you Druid 1 or 2?
I am Druid 1.
Then you just have 2 spell slots, I'm pretty sure. It might be
Okay, it's
3.
actually 3.
It is 3, okay. Alright, there you go.
Actually, I'll go ahead and do it again on him.
Okay.
Let's get him up to 21, just in case we need it.
A berry smorgasbord.
Yes.
Gonna have one full belly.
Alright.
Those berries are pretty good.
Okay.
Still a little seasick though.
Oh, speaking of which, roll me a con check.
You immediately puke up some good berries. So
Oh,
wait,
that's
are you level 1 or 2, Dorn?
Level 1.
Okay.
Level 1 druid.
Oh, you know what? Wait.
Did you go level 2? Because you should be level 5 character level.
I just realized the sheet I have printed out is old.
Yeah, you should be level 2 then, because you want a wild shape.
Yeah, I wild shape, so I'm level 2.
Yeah, so you should have 4.
No,
then.
it's level 2 is 3. It looks like.
Oh. Well, I guess I just don't remember.
Yeah,
I try to have the damn thing memorized.
what I have printed out.
I don't think
was
I've ever played a
wrong,
druid,
but
though.
what I had, it looks like I had entered in on roll 20, so that's where I got the 3. So yeah, okay. There we go.
Yep.
At least.
Alright. Cool. Oh, I think. Alright, I was making sure that the stream wasn't lagging too much. May have to change the encoding just down a little bit, a skosh here. It's gonna make our videos look a little worse, but whatever. Not a charisma check, a constitution check. For as bad as he looks, he does seem a bit leaderly.
He's given a nice smile to the boat.
Yeah, he's
Waves.
he's in good spirits about being so down and out.
House, you've rolled the wrong skill.
What's that?
We'll resolve this sometime. You need to roll a con check, not a charisma check.
Yeah, I was looking at the button to the right of it instead of the left.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. There you go.
the side of the boat.
Kedra passes out.
Awesome.
He's out. You kind of kick him. He's done right now. So
Time for a nap.
you're gonna have to. You can prop him up a little bit, but he is he's gone. He gone. That's great.
I love
2
that
crit fail con checks in a row.
he really can't handle being on a boat. I love it.
It's great.
Well, actually, I love that
characters
he
just
rolled
write
20 and a
themselves.
1.
Yeah.
He crit failed and crit. Yeah.
The last one he rolled 2 1s, so
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, that was awful. It was so bad. I almost just killed him because of the 2 1s, but I stuck within the guidelines of my encounter. The mage, thunk, and then the mage looks up. Oh, he's not handling it very well, is he? You know, there was a big battle. He got roughed up pretty hard.
No, I think the water doesn't agree with him.
Oh, well, that too. I noticed he was a bit seasick. He probably needs some more of the captain's liquor. He has a bottle of some special stuff. That'll right you for a while. It must have wore off for him after the battle. She looks. Tell me, what did you do before you started studying the druidic arts?
Nothing really. Mainly just wandering from city to city.
I see. And you seem proficient with that weapon you have.
Yeah, I've had to earn my keep a bit with it from time to time, until I wear out my welcome.
And just so I'm clear, you said the earth and the fire, that they weren't. They seemed to be conspiring.
Yeah, I couldn't hear what they were saying, but they were huddled together and they looked like they were talking, and the Rojos were behind them, beyond them.
Yeah, that's something is improper. You know, something is not right. We've always understood the elements to exist in harmony and in a balance, and something clearly has offset that balance, which, you know, they're responsible for the different happenings within their respective elements, and I can only imagine that the earth, you know, the prince of the earth, his rejection of this balance has caused the great earth tremor. That is a current hypothesis. She goes scribbling.
I gotta go ahead and leave her scribbling, and I'm gonna head up on deck.
All right. You get up on deck and Look who it is! It's the Great Warrior, roused from his nap. Captain Tailwind, you recognize his voice as you clamber up, and he just you missed a good one.
Yeah, I figured you guys could handle it.
They didn't miss your friend. He got walloped.
He can take a beating.
Let's hope, because he got drug out.
Yeah, he might need a little more of your special tonic. He's having a little issue with the water again.
Ah, that's right. I gave him some this morning. Well, he does not have his sea legs at all. I think we'll be to port. Just in just a day or two, actually, and I think I see you guys safely there, so long as there aren't any more sea monsters or red men coming over the boards. Hey, you over there! Get back to work. And he goes back towards the deck, and we're gonna leave you guys there on the ship. And we're going to go over to Jortix, and we're going to go over to Jortix, and it's been 2 to 3 days now of questioning. It's been a lot of the same. They started with your leaving your village, your tower, and they have wound up to the payoff. And what's the guy's name? Rufalo? What's the guy's name? Regalo. Regalin. Sorry, Regalin, yes. What was I thinking of Rufalo? Anyway, Regalin. His men have just poured over every little second of your existence. And they're starting to ask about... Ooh, portions. Ooh, those could be good. Those could be good. Yeah. So you're saying that a giant rock creature was being controlled by one of these acolytes?
It behaved as if it was a summoned creature that the robed figure had summoned.
And how did you notice a source of power? Yes, a power source for this acolyte.
Possibly it was coming from the purple crystal.
Right, one of these crystals again. And it was... Would you describe it as larger or about the same size as the one you had previously encountered? And give me an intelligence check.
All right. 18.
Oh, yeah.
So.
You clearly remember it was larger.
Okay. This one
very clearly.
This one was a bit larger than the previous.
I see. Well, of course it was, given that the first one was merely corrupting the woodland creatures around it. Think I wouldn't know that. And finally, not finally, but he gives a look around the audience, and did you not think it's wise to report your findings immediately to your master?
I had no way of contacting Master Magellas. Immediately upon leaving the mines, we met with Jyla, and she contacted the Conclave.
But you do admit that your master had contacted you before.
Ah, yes.
Quite. I'm sorry, Pinder. You were there. I was drunk. Anyway, you guys missed a hell of a stream on Saturday. Is all I'm saying. And tell me, have we already covered? We've already, yeah. This pendant that you mentioned previously, from a previous acolyte, what sort of power did it have? You said it was arcane.
The pyramid that was corrupting the woodland creatures?
No, your mountain pendant.
Oh,
Unless you wouldn't have revealed that.
no, I think we had talked about it briefly, Ed.
Yeah.
When it came in proximity to the crystal, it seemed to vibrate, and we were able to it seemed to move the earth to a degree.
Right. Well, I move. I believe it is in my opinion that I have concluded my questioning, and you are met with a chorus of questions again. Regalin seemed to have broken the dam there whenever he let up, and there's actually it goes on for so long that there's actually a bang of a gavel, or something, perhaps a knock spell, and you're treated to some more questions for the evening. And as you're concluding that day, it seems like they break for dinner and they're done, unlike the first day. Right before that break, Gordy is alerted by something. You notice him walk out and walk back in. And he goes over to the wall where it touches the ground there in the little circle that you're sitting in, and he puts his head next to a small pipe that reaches up, and it seems to be directly below the Grand Ole Prix seat, and he you can tell that he's talking into it, and the Grand Ole Prix says, "Ah, thank you, Gordy. Mr. Floss, is that
Fizzle
correct?
Flash.
Ah, right. Now, if you were presented with a dessert that was of both butterscotch and cinnamon, would you refuse it for your disdain of one of the ingredients? Or do you not dislike it so much that you would enjoy the treat, perhaps?
I Well, I believe in common courtesy, I would finish the dessert and not so as to not displease my host. I've never had butterscotch and cinnamon together, but I don't believe I would enjoy such a dessert. But I would eat it.
Oh, what a shame. And he sits there and thinks for a few moments, and he raises his head. The laboratory has concluded, and the questioners all stand up, and a big roar starts to just talking everywhere. You can't make out heads or tails of it. And there seems to be some anger over questions that didn't get asked. There seems to be excitement about learning so much. There seems to be a lot of hesitation as to, did we ask everything correctly? Did we get enough information? But there is a definite buzz about the questioning circle up above you. And Gordy comes over and says, well, I got good news. One, dinner's going to be good tonight, and two, your friends are here.
Oh, excellent.
Should I just bunk them with you, or?
I think that might be best. We should probably bring the crystal they're transporting to the council immediately.
Oh, yeah, we've already taken care of that. Jyla is already overseeing all that. You remember Jyla, the mage that you met? Yeah. You guys are separated for the crystal. I mean, that is...
Okay.
And I need your pendant, too.
Oh, okay.
And he holds out...
Yep, I take it out and kind of hand it to him. Be careful when you
might want to...
when you're near the crystal with this, because it had some adverse reactions previously.
Yeah, about that. Stay away from Rugalin. Like, there's the normal stay away from Rugalin. Stay away from Rugalin. The crystal's broke.
The crystal's what?
Just go to your room. I'll get you dinner.
Thank you, Gordy. So I'll head down to my dorm room-ish area.
All right. Skippy, you weren't here for this description of campus. Well, maybe you were, but you might not remember it. Conclave campus is not dissimilar to a large dormitory or college dorm area, like with a quad and everything. There are big lawns and there are tall buildings that look fairly dormitory-like. You see several wizards and servants alike. Well, what you would think servants. The wizards wear very elegant robes of whites and grays and purples and all different kinds of colors. And you think the servants wear pretty plain brown tunics and robes. Maybe not quite robes, but almost like habits. Not habits. That's a nun. What do monks wear? Monk robes?
Is that called a robe?
I just think it's a robe, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Monk brown robes. Plain brown robes. Whatever. They look like burlap sacks. You see all that transpiring. I guess that we can actually bring us to here. Whoa. Let me... You see a large building in the center of the campus that has a huge dome on top of it and a very big like front area. I guess I need to bring you guys there. I'm describing the questioning auditorium.
Okay.
Oops. It's got a big half circle, like it's a big semicircle, like porch area with big columns. That's in front of a big rectangular building with a big dome on top of the rectangular portion. You walk past that. You see a little one-story building, and you smell really good cooking aromas coming out of that. And you're led past most of the nice, shiny buildings, and you're led to a pretty average-looking dorm building. Just got stacks of windows, and it's about you say it's 4 floors. Just seems to be a lot of small rooms all stacked together there. And you're led inside by one of the servants in brown robes, and they say, "You're to see Mr. Jortix Fizzleflash. He's on the 3rd floor, second or third floor, and he's down the hallway to your left."
Thank you.
And they point you to the stairs, and you walk past. Well, you're on your own now. You can choose to go up the stairs. You can choose to walk around the campus.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'll walk up the stairs and try to find Jortix.
Mm-hmm. Jortix, you're sitting in your room.
Yep.
Whenever you hear Ona, unmistakably scrabbling paws of Ona coming down the hallway. Yep.
All right, I'll put my pen away. I've been kind of taking some notes since I now see how the conclave is very interested in exactly what's going on. I have decided I need to take better notes on our adventures in case something like this comes up again, that I'll have the information for them. You guys made it. How was your boat ride?
Don't ask.
Very best.
Kijor smells like vomit.
You look a little green.
Yeah, Kijor could use a shower.
Well,
I'm never going on a boat again.
Oh, well, never say never. Sometimes you never know where our paths may take us. And I'll kind of point him towards isn't there a magical basin in the room, or was it down the hall?
Oh yes, yeah. No. There's a basin in your room that fills with water.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can wash up in there if you'd like. It might help refresh you a bit.
Kedra just
Want to wash out your mouth a bit too?
is just thinking about water and pukes up in it.
Oh.
Oh my!
You can have inspiration. You can have inspiration for that, Kijor.
Does prestidigitation work on vomit?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Oh, and
Yeah, probably.
Jortix will quickly pull out his wand and cantrip it away. And
Let's get back to us here.
So what happened? I heard. I'll kind of go to the door and look each way down the hallway to see if anyone's, there. And I heard something had happened to the crystal.
Yeah, we were attacked, but Keydra will have to tell you about that. I was unavailable.
Yes.
Oh, you were seasick too?
Not exactly. I fell into some trance.
Oh my goodness! I thought my time was exciting, but you guys seem to have had all kinds of adventures.
And Kijor goes into the story about what happened on the boat. Although I think he was like knocked out when the thing was actually smashed, right? So
Yeah, you were out cold for a few
Yeah.
seconds at least, a few moments at least. Yeah.
And it destroyed the crystal. Oh. Now I understand what Gordy had said. Now I'll kind of describe Rugalin, and we should stay away from him. He's not the most gentle of wizards, and I don't think he will be very pleased with this turn of events.
I'm ready to be gone from this place already. Gives me the creeps.
Oh, but there's so much knowledge to be had. If you've seen the Grand Library,
I don't have any use for books, little man.
Jortix will, mutter
Just wait
under.
till you meet Edowis. You'll love him.
So what have you found out here, Jortex?
What was that?
What have you found out here on your end?
Well, I'm not sure what the Conclave is intending to do about the situation. They asked so many questions to get every bit of information I had, even things that didn't seem at all useful. They questioned me about to help determine my perspective on the events, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty much what
Yeah, and it
Pretty
went on
close.
for days.
Typical bunch of talking and nothing gonna happen.
Well, I was a bit disappointed myself with the sense of urgency that they seemed to not have. Whatever's happening with the Earth, it seems to be a threat to all of civilization. I hope they're taking it as seriously as we think they should.
Well, that's kind of what my vision was about, and I'll go ahead and tell Jortix this.
All right. So I hear about
You have full knowledge of the vision.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. Did I get the? I think I'm.
The name.
Yeah, I'm sure I would know of the princes and.
Yeah. Roll history with advantage. You've read a lot of books.
Yeah, let's see history.
Oh yeah, 23.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna give you a full data dump.
Okay.
I guess after, but
Okay.
I will tell you. Yes, you know precisely what Jyla was talking
Okay.
about. I mean, you've read about the elemental balance. Like the four major elements: earth, fire, air, and water. How they have their respective. They call them the royalty. And sometimes they're prince. They take on male and female forms. Sometimes they call them the prince or the princess. That they, they have an agreement. They have their own little council where they discuss or whatever it is. They try to settle qualms and issues between the different earth and the different elemental spirits. They're kind of, the judges between these little squabbles. They control the weather. They control the seasons. and that they use their different combinations to make lesser elements like like water and fire would be steam, stuff like that.
Okay. So
yeah, I'll give you the full rundown, but that's about all you need for the issue.
I mean, this is terrible news. It sounds like the elements themselves are in a war. This could, who knows what damage this could cause to everything. I don't even know how to go about stopping such a thing. Do we need
Oh,
yeah.
What's the relations between the Druid Circle and the Wizard Council?
The Conclave? Yeah, the Conclave.
Is there an actual distrust? Like, that's kind of how I was viewing it, but I wanted to...
There's... Well... Okay, I'll give you this much. Yondo... We'll say that you and Yondo had a couple talks, and you got from it that he thought that Jortix was very intelligent. He just wasn't very wise. Like they had valuable input. It's just, or they had valuable, data and input. It's just that sometimes their application of this knowledge wasn't, it wasn't a druid's application of such knowledge. A druid would think about it. They would go for what they would consider the wisest path, and not just the the most efficient or the most deliberated path. I guess if that makes any sense to you. There's not really distrust. It's just more like you're not doing it as good as you could because you're not as wise as us.
Okay.
Yeah.
That probably makes sense.
I guess it's... Yeah. There's definitely, like... You already don't like it, and you're pretty much... It's kind of the same way. Each one thinks they're a bit more superior because of how they handle different situations. The wizards think, or the mages here think, we ask all these questions and we're very learned, and you just can't make the same decisions as us because we have all the knowledge. And the druids are, maybe if you just sat and listened a bit more instead of asking all the questions, stuff like that.
Okay.
So, yeah. Oh my God, they're gonna have to work together to overcome the evil. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
We're troping all over the place here, guys.
We got to get Jyla and Yondo
Right.
together.
Oh no. The fanfic writes itself. All right.
All right, so
Jyla shippers. All right.
Shippers. Remember, I already had some time alone.
Keyjo wants no parts of shipping.
No.
roll a con check, Kijo.
Yeah, talking about ships, roll a con check. You're having fish for dinner, roll a con check. Oh, no, you're good still. You're good stuff.
Oh, they should serve fish for dinner tonight.
Yeah. Sea bass. Speaking of dinner, it comes.
All right.
And,
Thank you, Gordy. No, is there a cinnamon and butterscotch dessert on the
You hush yourself for just a second. just what? You have
Joe, you're ruining
you have a 3-course meal.
I've seen this in a vision.
You've seen the future. How could you? You wrote my campaign.
Future is dessert.
There's a nice hot tomato-based soup. I guess nice and savory with more of these sandwiches. I don't know if Dorn and Kijor have had a sandwich before, but Jortix has learned the pleasures of a sandwich. That would be some form of meat between two slices of bread.
And you hold it like this. It's a fascinating food invention.
Perfect fodder for the druid. Of course you hold it like that, you idiot.
How
Have
else?
you ever seen a more efficient food delivery means?
And then there is a custard, and it is it's a plain just beige custard, and it's sitting there in a bowl for you guys for dessert. You all have an individual bowl.
Okay.
I want you all to roll just roll a 1d6. Or just something. I want you guys to taste it individually. 2, 5, and 1. Alright, Skippy. You kind of... you kind of wobble the custard. Give it a little sniff. Yeah.
What are these wizards?
And I kind of turn the spoon upside down, and it's like sticking to the spoon. And I'm just like, what in the world is this?
Yeah.
And I just basically barely taste it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not eating that.
Okay. Well, yeah, you taste this. This doesn't taste very good. Like, it definitely has some sweet to it, but it's like that bad Splenda sweet. Like, it's just it's nasty. You don't like that artificial sweetener taste to it. Not for you.
Yeah.
Kijor, you give it a bite. You give it to Ona.
Let's see.
Yeah. Oh no!
And Ona spits it back out.
Oh. Well, you give it a taste, and it has Ona doesn't like it, but you might actually kind of dig it. It's not it's got a bit of a. Do you like fruit? I guess yeah. You're an elf or half. Of course you like fruit. It tastes kind of a bit like berries. Ona does not like it at all, and you're not too disinclined to it. Jortix, what do you got? You just helping it right up or what?
I mean, I never thought I would have liked this combination, but it's really quite excellent. I'll have to let Master Oedipus know that
it is a butterscotch and cinnamon combination.
That his combination
Absolutely.
is sublime.
All right, if you Dorn, give me an insight check.
Okay, insight. Where? Is that just a skill?
Yep. Yeah, it should be a skill. Yeah. All right. You see Jortix kind of like braces himself and he like kind of cringes, but he like fully licks the spoon, and you can tell that he actually enjoys the food. Like his face brightens up, and he seems to enjoy it a lot. Much different than your experience.
Wizards.
Really, I never would have guessed this would be such a great combination, but Master Oedipus, he really knows his cooking.
Some
I guess
things aren't
after
just
that
meant
many-
to go together.
I guess after that many years, you learn a few things.
Um, you hear kind of a there's a shuffling of feet outside the door, and out in the doorway pops a very elderly elf with a shock of red hair that is sticking out all over the place, and so it's not quite my cooking, you see. This is expectations custard, and it gives you the taste of whatever you expect.
Oh,
And
excellent.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Master Edowus, and you must be Dork and Kylie.
Mr. Edowis,
My pleasure to meet you.
this is Dorn and Keyjor.
Right. Thank you, Joran.
Thank you, Master Edelman.
My pleasure. See, the point of the custard is not whether you enjoy it or not. It is whether you experience a genuine reaction to what you expect. And I watched you three. I hope you don't mind eat your dessert. And I see you all have very honest intentions. And I didn't mean to trick you into butterscotch cinnamon dessert, Jortix. Just to lay the seeds of something for you.
Well, I suppose I was mistaken about my initial impression of butterscotch and cinnamon. I was certainly expecting it, but I surprisingly enjoyed it quite much.
I know some of the younger questioners don't quite see eye to eye with my lines of insight, but I try to dig into the real person behind the face that's in the chair, and I believe you all can help us, and we may need your help. I've been informed of your vision quest, Druid. It is concerning news.
All right, what should we do next? What is your advice on the matter?
Well, we will have to discuss that in a private laboratory, where we ask each other questions. That is the way of the Conclave. I do apologize for keeping you cooped up for a bit. You may be required guests at some of the research meetings, but I hope you find us accommodating, and there will be ample payment for your services. Allow me to assure you in that.
Are we free to move around in the town?
Absolutely. Yes, and you did see the town at the port. Yes, you can move from the campus to the town below. You can range as far as you need to. It's just that we do have the means to call you to the conclave at any notice. So don't expect to be gone for long if we need you.
What do you mean by call us to the conclave?
Well, we have summoning circles, and we now... a microaggression. We could have summoned the young gnome at any time, but it is again one of my one of the very first questions we ask is if our subject will come willingly or not. So if you all are cooperative and you give us all the help that we require, you shall find yourself very free to move around as you wish at all other times.
Well, Master Edowis, our greatest concern now is doing something to prevent this elemental war from tearing apart the whole Earth.
Right, and I fear that we have to focus on Falorn first, but we need to research that a bit more. The giant beast that has emerged from the Earth is almost to the capital of Illyria now. Something is most certainly up, as you would say. We may be sending you all there as we gather more information on the elements.
I would be glad to do whatever is needed. If you need us to stand and fight against this monstrous beast, then I am willing to volunteer.
Right you are, and I no longer question any of your integrity or bravery. Your journeys here and your time spent here already has shown me what I need to know. We will discuss where you are needed, and we will outfit you with the proper equipment, and we will take your advice whenever we have questions. We are working on it. It may take a bit of time because that is just how the conclave operates. So, and he kind of like, thank you. I have to go eat my own dessert. I'm expecting quite the lovely custard afterwards. And he gives you a grin and he walks away.
Okay.
So let me lay it out for you guys. I'm gonna get a water and something to mix with it. Just like a drink mix. Not that. Not that. God no. I guess I want you guys to kind of decide either like maybe a shopping list. Maybe I'll give you guys some gold as well, just a little bit to spend, courtesy of the conclave. Maybe like a shopping list of like items and materials that you might think you might need, or just a game plan for the next couple of days while they sort you out. So you guys talk amongst yourself about what you might want to do for these next couple of days. If you want to go down to town, if you want to read books in the library, I mean, whatever it is you want to do. If you want to play fetch with Ona for the whole 2 or 3 days, go for it. But you guys talk that out. I'm gonna get myself a water and the thing to mix with it. So I'll be right back.
All right.
Well, I am not comfortable at all being at their beck and call.
Yeah, it seems like there's not much we can really do about it.
The other thing I don't like is that they were obviously eavesdropping on our conversation in us here. Do you have the ability to shield us? Is that a magic spell you would have?
It's not what I do have. Well,
Like, so that we could have a conversation without worrying about it being overheard.
no, I don't have anything that'll.
Okay.
I don't have anything that would kind of direct. I don't have silence. Well, silence wouldn't work either. Or,
Yeah, that'd make us not have a conversation at all.
yeah, we need like message or something. I don't know if anyone has message cantrip. Probably not.
Yeah, actually, I should look at my list. I don't think I have that. Kijor and I can both speak with animals, so I guess, I could talk to Ona and he could talk to Ona.
You guys can talk in dog to Ruona.
So as far as my shopping list, I think it would 100% revolve around trying to figure out how to block being summoned.
Well, yeah. From the other wizard that we talked to in the heart, he basically said you can. He's heard of people putting it off for a couple weeks, maybe, but eventually they always get you. Was I think how he worded it. So I don't know if there's going to be any way to get around that. I guess we can pull up the DMG and see what's available. I don't know if the Wizard Town is going to have, available, hey, buy this potion and you don't get summoned by the wizards here.
How does the summoning work?
Magic.
Yeah.
Dang.
I believe it is magic. Alright.
You're not far off. Oh, whoops. You didn't hear that. You're not far off from magic.
Let's see.
Yeah, I have no spell that would help us in any of those, with either of those things.
Yeah, I mean, there might be one that I can pick up down the road, but
Yeah, at least at my level, I don't have anything that could do it.
Well, if we can't do anything about it, I guess we shouldn't worry about it.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's kind of worst case. We disagree with what they want to do. We go handle it how we think it should be done, and then when they find out, they call us back and non-detection. I mean, I guess I do have a couple of options that might work, but I don't know how. Let's see. That's not really it. Detection. Okay, I do have. There is a spell that might. It would probably be hard to pull off, but non-detection. For 8 hours you can hide a target that you touch from divination magic. Target can't be targeted by any divination magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors.
Right.
Which I don't. Depending on how their spell works, who knows? But that's an option that could keep one of us from
I
getting
don't
summoned
think
back
really this.
for 8 hours.
Yeah.
It's yeah. So I mean, I guess we. Well, do we? It's hard. I mean, for 2 days, we're 2 days. It doesn't make sense to start hightailing it back to the capital, to Alarin, and rustle up the troops of the city to fend off the beast here.
Keytrush needs at least a rest to get back up to full, right? Would that be one night?
Oh yeah, This has been a couple nights. You're definitely
Okay.
full. You spent a couple days at sea.
Okay.
I guess is there anything, normal equipment type stuff we don't have that we want to pick up just as, as a who knows what's going to happen going forward. Depending on how they send us, we might want to get mounts or
I'm guessing there might be some basic magic stuff available around here too. Since we're at
I would think.
I don't know if anything like that is affordable yet, but
What was the question? I'm sorry.
like basic magic items or magic imbued items.
Matt, the cost for that in the DM guide are really steep. And I kind of agree with it, actually. Basic magic items are really expensive, and you guys are probably given, I'd say 200 gold apiece, which sounds like a lot, but it doesn't really buy you a whole lot as far as magic items go. Like, plate mail or something that's not a magic item. That's still worth like 1,500 gold. May not be that much in my campaign, but I mean that's just an example of how a single gold gets you a week at an inn, but it takes 1,500 to. That's how the DM guide wants to separate it out. So it's going to be a bit spread out, but not quite that much. I think for a magic item, you're looking for at least 2K.
Yeah.
At the very least, yeah.
I was kind of not really thinking that was going to be something we could.
But as far as like
picking up.
potions and things like that too.
Potions are pretty much the same deal as I gave you in the heart. You can get 2 for 50 instead of 1 for 50. So, and it max you out at. I'm going to max you out at 2.
Okay.
You can't buy 4 for 100. You can buy 2.
We're not going to load up on potions and.
I bought 2 potions at the heart, I remember, but I don't remember what I bought. It wasn't the normal healing potions.
You bought like a climbing or something like that, or maybe not climbing, but it was something different.
Okay.
It was some type of. It was, or maybe it was. I'll go back and watch the VOD.
Yeah, I was thinking I might have to do that too.
I can't remember. It's been 4 weeks. It was. I might have it written down somewhere, but I don't have that notebook with me right now.
Well, I want to buy
unfortunately
2 healing potions at least to have an inventory, so I don't die again.
Yeah. So you have 2 healing potions for 2 for 50. That gives you 2d4 plus 2.
For each one.
Yep. Yeah, for each one. Yeah.
All right.
I think you all should have at least. You should have at least one between you all as well. At least one.
I think
you may have used.
I think I might have given the last one I had to Dorn.
I think I had one left, but I never actually got a chance to use it because I got. Okay.
Right. So you'll have 3 total then, Kijor. Right. Right.
Let's see. I might want to pick up some kind of a spell scroll of, not anything, some kind of a utility spell that I have to dig up, so I'll make myself a note to look into that. Just maybe something that I don't have that could come into play down the road. Like water breathing or something.
Alright, yeah, actually I'm looking. I think I bought 2 antitoxin.
There you go, antitoxin.
I found the list that I had looked at before, yeah, so I had 2 antitoxin. I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple potions of healing too, if that's okay.
Yeah, so you get they're the 2d4 plus 2 variety.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And
Was the original one I had a 2d4 plus 2 also? Was that something different?
So what?
Was the original healing potion I had the same?
Yeah, it should all be the same. It may have been 1d4 plus 2, but you guys you're level 5 now. 2d4 plus 2. Yep.
well, there's
gosh.
the only armor I can wear is crazy expensive, so I'm not going to be buying any armor.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I guess it's enough clerical things.
Yeah.
Did you guys want to do something else besides go to town? Did you want to explore around the campus any, or... I can just fast forward. I mean,
Yeah,
it's totally fine. If you guys wanted to look around a little bit, we could do that too.
I'm trying to decide if Dorn would be stubborn enough about this whole thing that he will just take a room at the local inn and eat food there rather than be at the wizard's beck and call.
Well, that's
George
That's fair.
had
Yeah,
enough
fair.
of boats and cities. He wants to get back out into nature as soon as possible. So
right. Ooh, well, you're gonna have to work on that one. Whew. Cities are in your future for now, at least what's been foretold. Had to work on a little bit there.
Yeah, Jortix is happy, kind of staying in here. He might wander around looking for, I'm not sure what he would even think to be looking for. He's interested in talking to some other wizard who knows divination magic, because he's still kind of uncomfortable with it and doesn't really know what he's looking for, and he's not really fond of the idea of talking to Master Magellan, so I don't know, in his mind he would probably be looking for someone, looking starry-eyed into a crystal ball or something. So he doesn't really have a plan for how he would go about doing that, but that's, maybe I could, figure out what this means. I guess longer term, out of character.
Right.
He's
Sure.
at some point he's going to pick up, well down the road, scrying or something like that, and he wants to, have a contact to, story-wise explain how that before he gets there. But
Okay, so you let's say you find Gordy
Okay.
and you kind of ask
Yep.
him about learning a little bit about divination, and he says, "Oh, I can ask for you. I'm sure there are a couple mages here that would be able to at least point you in the right direction. I don't know off the top of my head. There's not a whole lot of divination going on whenever they play the question game, but I'll find it for you."
and then if you wouldn't mind being a bit discreet about asking around.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah. And he comes back probably at dinner time of that day, and he says, there is a well, he's a sorcerer, a bit different than a wizard. If you're aware of the differences.
Yeah, he would be.
Yeah. Okay. His name is Snerek. 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 And I believe that his sorceress origin is a thought storm. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but he seems to have picked up some divination. He'll talk with you. He isn't a full questioner, but he has been studying at the Conclave for quite a while now. He'll have some time in the morning.
Oh, great! I think I'd like to talk with him a bit.
Okay. Deciding if we want to do this now.
Yeah,
or
I'm fine
later.
with not doing it now, but
Yeah. We'll get into some divination
Yep.
training
Yeah,
later.
probably should have said
Yeah.
something before. But bringing the
No, it's good. Just set it. No. Just setting it up for later. You guys do your thing. If you want to stay, we'll just say that you do want to stay at an inn in town. Is that?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna find, and I'll see if Kijor wants to join me. Find one that's right on the edge of town.
Sure.
That because both of us would probably want to be closer to nature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
Kijor, are you going to join him? Okay.
all right.
Yeah.
Yep.
right.
I'll hit the library and look up more elemental stuff.
Okay. You guys aren't met with any resistance into moving into the inn. You actually notice some wizards from the Conclave often around town, and they eat in the tavern area of the inn. They notice. Is it? Are you aren't you guys part of the group? What are you doing here?
I'm just more comfortable not being in a city.
Well, we don't really like the food all the time there. We come here for a beer and some good old homemade rations. Sometimes magicking it all up kind of loses the taste, if you ask me. So you get a little sympathy, you would say. You're not completely snowed under by distrust. And it's gonna be at least 2 days where you guys hear nothing except for Gordy giving just kind of a daily update. Oh, well, they're still in there. They're talking, asking questions. When finally, what, Pedro?
So we're just like hanging out in the inn all this time.
Yeah, you guys don't see anything but Jortix gets updates from Gordy. If you would like to,
Yeah, I would probably head down and and have evening meal with them at the inn. Give them the scoop on what's going on.
So after two days, Keith was getting kind of antsy, so he's got to talk to the innkeep and see if there's a wood or something nearby that might have some good hunting in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. He points you. This is good. He points you towards the western edge of the town. You did notice. You did remember seeing some trees, a tree line, but you didn't know if it was a big forest. And it turns out that it is a little bit of a hunting reserve there for you. And give me a survival check. You come out with some small game animals. Probably, we'll say a couple rabbits, and perhaps just a 14, just a couple rabbits maybe, and perhaps a ground bird of some type. What is that? A quail? Yeah. Nothing. You actually didn't see a lot of larger game like a deer. You didn't see anything like that in the reserve.
Okay. So
you actually, as you're hunting, you come across a halfling, and he just kind of like looking at you like wide-eyed, like, did you just with your bow? Whoa! And he has a wand, you notice. I am jealous of your ability. Yeah, talking plant.
I've been doing it a long time, and actually most people hunt with a bow, not with a wand.
Oh, this is what I've been doing wrong. I try to throw it at them and it doesn't. I need a bow. Okay. Alright.
Strange little guy. You from the Conclave?
Yeah, but I'm not a questioner. I just, I stay in town a lot, too. I kind of got, not kicked out, but I like the woods. I don't really like the books.
Yeah, same here.
Kind of a bummer. I thought I wanted to be a questioner, but I like to read, but I like to read out in the woods, and they all like to do it in the library, and I don't like to do that. So, would you like a book? You want to read?
I'm not much of a reader.
Oh, that's a shame. I got a big stack here. And sure enough, by the tree sitting by, there's a big stack of books. So, yeah. Well, if you ever, sometimes I just kind of live out here for a couple days, and it's a big tree. If you ever need, you can come borrow a book.
Do you have anything there on summoning?
Summoning. What type of summoning would you like to know about? I could get you a book. I can go to the library sometime soon. Do you mean like summoning elementals or summoning woodland creatures?
The Conclave here can summon people to them.
Oh, you mean like teleportation magic?
I don't know. I was just wondering how it worked. Do you know anything about it?
Yeah, not the most I was more of a conjuration type summoning, not really a transporting type summoning. You mean like a calling something to you instead of a forming something out of magic. I see. I'll have to look at that because, if you come back, I've got a lot of books right now. I need to read them, but maybe later I might have a book for you.
Yeah. If you have some information, maybe we'll give you one of these rabbits fresh cooked instead of whatever they do in there.
Oh, that sounds great. All right, call me Kiko.
Kijor.
Kijor. I like that first syllable. Cool. And he just retreats to the hollowed out tree that he has there, and gets back to reading his book. All right. Anything else in these next couple of days? Any other takers?
No, nothing that I can think of.
Yeah, I think Jortix would be not liking it, but he'll be patient enough to, trusting enough that he's going to wait on the conclave to give him further instructions. So.
Dorn's definitely getting impatient.
Right, yeah, I get that. Jortix, you kind of go over the same... Like, you actually recognize a couple of the books on the elements that you were recommended to, and they were not like kids' books, but you read them when you were really young. And they're just kind of like, familiar pages, and you remember... you just kind of go over it a little bit, but nothing new and groundbreaking for you on that front.
Okay.
At the moment.
It's good to just kind of refresh and see, have a better background for what we're dealing with.
It may be a potato crossed with a tin can. We all feel your pain, Bender. Your microphone.
Oh yeah,
it's rough sometimes. Yeah, it's all right. All right. On the evening of the third day, you guys are sitting at the tavern having your evening meal. When the familiar sight of Gordy walks through the front door, it says, "I thought I'd find you guys here. You guys have been summoned to... Well, I don't mean magically summoned. I mean, I know you guys are confused about all that. You guys have been asked to come before the questioners for just a little bit."
All right. Lead the way, Gordy.
Cool. Can I have... I'm gonna get some fries first.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I like the fries here.
As long as there's no hurry.
Okay, just a couple. And just a couple. And he grabs a plate and walks out with it, and then eats as many as he can and puts the plate by the door. Right. Oh, Gordy. He leads you to a... Where are we here? He leads you to a back portion that you did not realize existed here. There is a bit of a... crap. What was I trying to accomplish here? There is a door on the back of the auditorium that sticks out a little bit. And it's because as you go into the door, it's just a little staging area for some stairs, and you guys go beneath the auditorium, and you're taken to a secret fraternity meet. No, you're taken to a very small group of questioners, and Master Edowus is there. You see Regalan. You see many of the elder questioners that you recognized at the laboratory, Jortix.
Okay.
And Master Edowus says, we have concluded our first round of questions to each other, and our research has begun very diligently. We are sending you to confront the most imperative cause at the moment, the giant beast and horde outside of the capital city of Falorn Alarin. We are not close at the moment, so we will be using our magical transport to send you all there. We have circles at Alarin that will accept you via summoning, and we will send you into the city where you are to ally with members of the Druidic Circle and the Conclave to confront this horde. And Regalan in the back just kind of gives a humph, and I suppose we'll be sending some of our finest, and he kind of accentuates that, finest to the cause as well, Master Edowus. But of course, we discussed that at length. Regalan, do you forget so quickly? We are sending a crack team to be led, or to accompany these adventurers, and we will do reconnaissance and research on the beast and the army that surrounds it, and we will attempt to convince the Druidic Circle to join our cause. And I know they have operatives in the city already. We have communicated with them in the last few days, and they have agreed to put aside our differences for now to help the people of Falorn.
Well, let's get going.
So,
Yeah, who's a contact in Alarin?
well,
Meet another member of the Conclave or the Druids?
we will be, we will be sending you along with some of the wizards here. You will, whenever you are there, you are to find Bruni. Alright, so Brunei.
We're going by boat, are we?
No, you're going by summoning. There are circles in Alarin for you all. I'm sorry, I said Brunei.
Brunei.
Yeah, so it's like the Brunei. It's like the country, but not Brunei. Brunei will be your point of contact there. He is rather hard to miss. He is, his hair is blue through a rather unfortunate chromatic magic incident. It's a bit of a sore spot. Don't bring it up too much. But he is a very good tactician, and he will lead our forces in those areas of reconnaissance, research, and cooperation with the Circle. Now, if at your wish, you may step into the circles behind you, and he shows you all 3 circles. and you all will be transported to the city of Eleven.
Well, I didn't bring my pack with me.
Oh, certainly. That is fine. We did not expect you to be fully prepared. Go and make whatever preparations you'd like.
All right, so I guess I'll go and grab all my stuff and settle my debt with the innkeep.
Yeah. That you guys will be ready to go. It'll be right on midnight probably.
Okay.
By the time you guys are ready to leave.
Can I swing out
Taken
to
care
the
of.
forest again and see if the halfling has come back with a book?
Yes, you can. Kiko is sitting in that hollowed out tree again. It says, the hunter. I was just doing some light reading. Well, I was, and it got dark. You wanted a book on summoning magic. I have one for you. Do you have a rabbit?
Do I have a what?
A rabbit?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I had got one on the way in, and
Absolutely,
we'll
yeah.
get a little fire going and have our meal there with him.
Certainly. Alright. You exchange pleasantries and have a little bit of a meal with the rabbit, and soon enough Kiko seems satisfied, and he hands over it's a very small book, and there are lots of runes on it. You'd seen something similar in maybe perhaps one of Jortix's writings. You don't see a lot of common written in there, although there are some common words that you recognize, like incantation and enchantment. But most of it is very rune heavy and seems pretty illustrative, you would say. But he says, I hope that helps. This is a very tasty rabbit.
Well, thank you. Does this need to be returned to?
Just so long as I get it back within 2 weeks.
Okay.
They won't ask questions until 2. If you needed a little bit longer, I could probably swing a whole month.
All right. Well, thank you, man.
Yes. Absolutely. Well, 10 o'clock. Alright, so what are we going to do for the last... Alright. You all are ready at midnight?
Yep.
And you meet back at the stairs leading down underneath the auditorium. Gordy is there at the door. He's waiting for you guys. Opens the door up. You walk in, and there is only Master Regalan down there. I hope you know that we don't really need you, but don't kill yourselves. Good luck.
Has the rest of the team already been sent?
Some of them have, and some of them are coming later. You all are part of the vanguard, as it were.
All right, well, let's be gone.
Yes.
All right. Step
Head
through
to the city.
and yep, heading to the city. You all have it's like a yanking feeling in your gut. You feel like you're being pulled almost inside out and then outside back in. And you all appear in the city of... Well, in the city, you're in an alley between two buildings, and this is all sandstone. It's sandstone everywhere. It's quite fascinating, to Jortex at least. It's just a bright, very brightly colored city.
How high are the buildings? Is it
You would say no. All the buildings are very
low, kind of?
like most of the buildings are like two stories, but they're not very big stories.
Okay.
You definitely see a bottom window and a second level window, but it's not like an inn has very high ceilings. Like 10-foot floors or whatever. These are like 6 and 7-foot floors.
Okay.
Dorn might actually have to duck to be in some of these buildings.
Okay. They look kind of Jortix's size.
Is it still around midnight, or has there been like a time zone change?
No, it is dark, but you see the reason you can tell that it is sandstone is that there are magically produced lights all around these buildings that you're by right now. Torches. There are torches, and you would notice the lights spell. The perhaps minor illusion is producing some type of light for you. And it actually seems pretty bright, almost like daylight, where you guys are. There just seems to be a shell of bright light around you guys.
So,
Yeah, so
it'd be like some sort of wizard's complex that we've gotten into, I assume, with all this.
That's not what's your passive wisdom, Keydra? What's your wisdom score?
It's a 3 or 16.
All right. Yeah. So you would. Yes, with that insight, you would think it is a wizard's complex that you're in. Yeah.
all right, so
I think we should find a
kind of
way
look
out
around
of here.
and head on out of the alley.
Mm-hmm. You all come to a short wall, and it's quite apparent. So you got alley. I need to draw
It's
up
art
the city.
time.
It's art time. Let me draw up the city for real fast. We get to go to the tabletop screen right now because I'm drawing, and then you guys get to see it in a second. You don't get to see my glorious. Well. The city is conical from your standpoint. It's got tiers. You guys are up on a high spot in the town. I wouldn't say conical is a bad word. But like a layer of cake. It kind of goes down and down, and it's not quite circular. There's just like steps down. You notice a mountain behind you. This city is built into several faces of this coastal mountain. Well, really large hill, whatever you'd like to say. Mountain's fair enough. And you guys are right here. Just how it looks like. Shoot. That. Okay. Whoops. Alright. Oh, come on. Where's my eraser? Very pensive. Hey, Zephyr. It's been a while. Ah, crap. Where the heck is my eraser? I don't remember. Whatever. I don't need it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let me bring you guys to it.
Yeah.
You guys are... Whoa. You guys are at the top. Well, I need to zoom out so our audience at home can play along too. You guys are at the top of... Well, hell. Second, folks. There it is. You guys are at the top here. This line here signifies the alley that you guys are in. But that small line, that small semicircle line right there, is the wall that is by the road. And all the lights are coming from, this area. Definitely feel like this right here is a neighborhood, or like you said, a complex. As you look to your left and right, you see other kind of tiers that work their way into mountain faces, and they kind of make, I guess you would call them fingers, perhaps. These different tiers push up into the mountain faces at different points.
Okay.
It's quite a sight in the middle of town, way down in here. So everything kind of converges in the middle there. Just where this is a big. This is all like bigger buildings and everything, and this is a hag special. This is quite the drawing. All right,
I print these to frame.
Hey man,
It's on actually I just put them on the fridge next to my 2-year-olds.
Hey man, I do what I can.
I think we should go down to town and find an inn or something to...
I agree. Let's find somewhere to stay for the night, I guess.
You see a square kind of cut out amongst all the buildings there, and it looks like a palatial. Hey Anna, it looks like a palatial structure, like the Capitol buildings, or the Royal Palace of Alarin. It definitely has that air about it.
Okay.
And you're stepping out of the alley, and you're looking at all this stuff, and from behind you comes a big voice. Ha! Gentlemen, welcome to the Sandstone Star, Alarin. You turn around, and there is a blue-haired, rather large human. He has the robes of the Conclave about him.
You must be Brunet.
I am, and your reputation precedes you, Dorn, Kijor, and Jortix. Can I help you, gentlemen? Have you been fully made aware of our business here in the city?
Well, I think we made the council aware of what's going on in the city. So, I don't know of any plans you've made.
Right, you are. You did. You were a great help to the council, to the conclave. So, this is the city at night. I personally do not like the night all the way around, so I have installed several artificial sources of light in our little complex here. But if that's not quite your cup of tea, other tiers will have inns for you so you can get a good night's rest. And he points to the tier directly below you.
Is there any
Down
you'd
here.
recommend?
No. Yeah, you can't go wrong with the the Fresh Stream. That's a very good tavern. The Fresh Stream is quite refreshing, after all.
And we also heard that there was some druids in town. Do you know where they are?
They, to my knowledge, they will be arriving on the morrow. That they were a bit hesitant and they had to think it over for a day. I do not know if the conclave knew precisely that, but I have received word from them that on the morrow some of our circle contacts shall be there.
All right, then. Well, I guess we'll go down to the Fresh Stream and see if they have a room available. Shall we meet you here tomorrow?
Absolutely. We have a lot of work to get done.
Okay.
Alright, so we're heading over to the inn.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
On the way, once we're out of sight, I hand Jortex the book that I got.
Oh, what's this?
I got it from a halfling in the woods. Seemed to be a nice little fellow. But, it's about how summoning works. I thought maybe it could be of some use.
Well, I'll have to do some reading this evening, and once we get to our room, I'll see what I can find out.
It doesn't take you very long. Brune gives you good directions. Just go down. So the streets that lead down the tiers aren't very steep. It does take you a little bit to get down to what you would consider street level for the that second tier, that tier directly below you. And you kind of notice the roads that they form a big ramp and a big wall on those sides of town. And then you have to go back into that level to like explore that tier. So you're on Brune would tell you you're on a star point. And that's why it's called the Sandstone Star. The city is. And you work your way back on the second level on one of these star points. And you find the Fresh Stream. It is a pretty modest inn, but it is lively. It looks pretty modest on the outside, but it is hopping on the inside. Lots of music, lots of fun atmosphere going on there. And you get in, and it seems to be a lot louder than it should be. But there's a very boisterous group of bards going at it, or a group of musicians entertaining a crowd of about 10 or 12. Everyone is making a lot of noise. They're having a good old time.
Are the bards a pair of twins that we'd recognize?
No, unfortunately they're not. No, not everything is connected.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
You're not going to pull Lucas here and...
No.
They're holding the Death Star plans.
No. No. Play that one song. No.
Do we have tables available or?
Oh sure. There is for as much noise as you thought there'd be. You thought there would be no tables, but there are definitely something to sit down and eat. You guys can get a nice full meal. You can negotiate for some night's stay. It'll only cost you a gold between the three of you for a whole week.
Yeah, so I guess, you know, we ask the innkeep if he's for dinner and for if he's got a quiet room.
Yeah, it'll die down here an hour or so. They don't go much later than this ever.
Okay.
I suppose we could put a quieting chime on there for another 20 gold.
I'm not made of money, man.
I think we can manage.
It's all a big con by Brune and the barkeep. He sends you there.
You guys make some noise, and I'll make them pay us more to make it quiet.
And they get the quieting charms from the wizard complex. It's all a big scam, you know. Yeah.
So
And sure enough, it does die down as you guys are finishing your food. It does die down. So,
is it? If I start looking at the book at the table, I guess how crowded are we? Is the place and?
No, you got plenty of room
Okay.
to be discreet.
Okay, so I'll kind of pull it out and start leaping through.
There's some heavy stuff in here, but you do kind of get an introduction to teleportation magic.
Okay.
The illustrations don't make a whole lot of sense to you right now, but you do recognize the circular drawings in the book that somewhat resemble the circles that were on the floor that you guys stepped into and appeared out of.
Okay.
So there's that. It will take you a bit of more time to grow and to understand what's going on in this book.
Okay. I'll so Keyjor, I think this book has some useful information, but I will need to study it for quite a bit more to fully understand the rituals involved.
Well, better than me. I didn't know anything about it.
Well,
There's about 2 words in that whole book that I could read.
Well, sometimes arcane runes are difficult for the layperson to understand. You just need the proper training. I can teach you if you'd like.
Oh no, that's okay.
I don't want to say we're done, but I think we're done now. I want to have a good amount of time to go into like all the different plans that you guys are going to have to go through.
Okay.
And I want to get you guys started.
Okay.
I don't want to just like talk about it and then us all forget what happened and wait to go over it again.
Okay.
So I guess if I draw up a good plan ahead of time and explain it to you once, and we don't have to waste a lot of time again next time. So you guys we're gonna start you off on discussing with Brune and the circle members, and we're gonna get you guys on, like I said, recon, research, and finding some way to beat the thing. Because you guys definitely heard a lot of noise coming from outside the city. Like there's something going on. Like there's a rumbling. It's like a white noise type rumbling. Something is happening out there. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Tuesdays.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are we good on Tuesdays?
So
Yeah.
not this coming Tuesday, but the one after.
Yes, it is. It will be the 23rd.
Yeah, that should be fine. I have lost the notes I had from the last session. Can you remind me what my magic glaive does?
Yeah, your magic glaive gives you. I got my notes here. One second.
Yeah, I was looking
I'm
for
curious if I wrote it down. I think I didn't.
It gives you. It gives you 1 AC if you have your glaive and you're attacking. I do believe is what it is.
Okay.
And there was something else to it, but I'll have to look
Plus
it up.
1 AC until he's hit.
That's right. That's what it is.
And-
Sorry. Yes.
Plus 1 damage reduction is what I have written down. I'm not really sure
Yes.
what.
Yeah. So you get a plus 1 AC until you get hit, but you always get the -1 damage reduction,
Okay.
and that's applied after your rage resistances
Okay.
and stuff. Yeah. So
Sorry.
so it's a better. It's actually like taking away 2,
Yeah.
I guess. But,
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I was just like not finding it, and I was glad we didn't get into a battle and like, the heck
Yeah.
it was.
Well, yeah, this was always going to have to be exposition heavy with you guys reuniting and getting things set out for the next part. So next week is going to be skill challenges and maybe a battle or two. I think next week is going to be a very action roll your dice heavy type episode. So getting into the real action
All right.
here. I'm excited.
Gotta take on
We're
some
going
of
to
the
beat this
princess.
beast. Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, I'll talk to you guys later.
Yep. See you guys on the 23rd.
23rd.
On the 23rd. I'll send out reminders, obviously,
Okay.
before that.
Yep.
So.
All right. Sounds
Yep.
good.
See you, Skip.
Yep. See ya.
See you, Skippy. Mm. I think that's a fine stopping point.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to get into much more.
Yeah.
I think, and having shorter streams every now and then is just better for everybody too.
Yeah. Sure.
Sometimes you need the 3 hours, but if we can do 2 hours, it's better.
Yeah. Jortex is excited he got to hear their dreams, because the whole time, I'm
Right.
these guys know what's going on and Jortex doesn't.
Yeah. Hey man, you can't figure out everything all the time. It has to be
They
them too.
gotta reveal some stuff to me in the process.
Yeah. Yep. Oh.
He didn't.
I'm excited.
Yeah, he didn't even know it, but it was eating at him.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm gonna take a break. I think I'm gonna take a big break and then I'll come back. I might not be back until 11 o'clock. So, sorry, Bender, if you're still out there. It's gonna be a long break for me, but I'll be back and fully restart my stream. Probably some Mario for at least an hour or maybe 2, and I'll see you guys back on the 23rd.
Sounds good. See you, Hags.
All right. Yep. See you guys.